Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Laura from the blog myjoyfulmotherhood.com, and today we're talking about how to naturally treat ear infections in kids. And so right now I am working on an oil that I use, and it's just garlic infused olive oil. I go more in depth on my blog post, so be sure to check that out. But while I am making this and showing you how and then how to use it, I wanted to also talk about why I treat ear infections naturally instead of taking them to the doctor and getting an antibiotic. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm going to put some olive oil in a bowl. It's just going to be enough oil to last for a few days. That's probably a little too much. But I put this on and in and around the ear for several days to treat the ear infection. So I'm going to take this garlic and I'm going to smush it, and then I'm going to just roughly chop it up. Expose it to the air and open it up a bit. Okay, so I take that chopped garlic and I put it into the olive oil. So we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes, and then I'm just gonna start using it. And obviously, as the days go on, it like really gets some of the properties of the garlic into the oil more. But even the olive oil is really, really helpful for ear infections. My grandma, she was really into natural remedies, and she just always used straight olive oil for her kids' ear infections. But I like the extra boost of garlic. It is so, so healthy and really is nature's antibiotic. Okay, so why don't I go to the doctor and just get antibiotics? Because I know that's very common. That's a common thing to do. And when I had my first son, he had his first ear infection, probably about 6 months old. I took him into the doctor. They looked in his ear and said, yep, he needs antibiotics. Well, I had heard that antibiotics are not good for gut health, and my son already really had tummy issues. Sorry, I shouldn't walk around while I do this. Okay, my son already had tummy issues and I didn't want to mess around with that, and so I did all the research I could that night. I decided not to even fill the prescription, and I just did a number of things that I'm going to talk to you about, and within a few days he was fine, and I took him back to the doctor for something else the next week, and I told them that I healed the ear infection without antibiotics, and they were so surprised. And we shouldn't be surprised, because ear infections most of the time are viral. That means even if you give antibiotics for it, it's not going to do anything except destroy the gut health in the baby, in the child, because only bacterial infections can antibiotics help. Now, of course, if it's really severe and you can't cure it naturally and it is bacterial, then antibiotics is what you need to do. Even really severe ear infections can be treated naturally, and I've never had to give my kids antibiotics for this. So this little guy has the most severe ear infection that I've ever had in a kid, so much so that this eardrum burst yesterday and it leaked out all sorts of fluids and pus, and it was really disturbing, but he's not in any pain anymore. And I took him to our holistic doctor today, and he said that's great, that it probably released and we just need to keep up the oils to heal it. So I dip my finger in there and I just wipe it around the inside. You can do full-on drops of it, but since his eardrum is burst, I'm just not going to put anything in his ear. So I just wipe it around the inside, and then I take another one and I go just around the outside right here. And all of these oils just seep into the skin and do their job. And they really do heal it. And so I just give it a little massage like that. And another thing you can do, if they're an older child and it won't bother them, you can soak oil in a cotton ball and then tape it on or put a band-aid on. So that's something to do. So now I'll show you a couple other essential oils I also use on his ear. Some other great oils for ear infections that I put around his ear is tea tree oil. That one is so helpful for healing. It's antiviral, I believe. Then lavender helps with pain, swelling, inflammation, all that. Anyway, so I have a blend here, and I just take it. So this is just a blend of essential oils with a carrier oil. So then I just rub it around his ear like I did with my finger before. I just put that all around it. You like that? Yeah. And these oils are just super good and healthy anyway, so I can just put it all over his body just to help him. This all started from just a little cold, and so it's a good idea to just start all these oils during that time when they get a cold in case they develop an ear infection. But I didn't do that this time, so it got out of hand. But anyway, he's feeling a lot better, and so I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you do have a child with an ear infection and you're looking for a way to treat it without antibiotics. I promise it's possible, and if you really get ahead of it and treat it consistently, then you can take care of it naturally, no problem. Anyway, be sure to check out my link down in the description if you want to get oils from Young Living like I use for these types of things. They're so useful for so many things, and you can always ask me questions about those. But anyway, thanks for watching, and you can check out my blog posts in the description as well. I'll see you next time. Bye!